Yes.
For what?
I'm on hotels.
I was gonna say Jasmine Sullivan shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
She
What
got
are you doing
it.
in hotels?
Like I just
She put it.
talked.
She did a
I'm
tag.
the intro.
Hold up, don't say nothing.
She could be harmonizing.
Mona, don't say nothing
In the
yet.
baritone. What?
What are decent people? Now, if you just completed viewing the most recent JBP episode, you'll notice a few issues. Even though it was a highly productive and humorous episode, a lot happened. I'm not sure if this is just me, but it feels like Muna wasn't truly herself in that way. Let me clarify now. Moon has been the source of amusement ever since she arrived. When she performed once a week, it was all laughter. It was a joke. Melissa Ford was the only other woman there prior to Muna's arrival, and she wouldn't even give it up half as much as Muna has, so it was generally refreshing to see.
All of that is to say that Mona didn't seem to want to give it up in this episode. Mona appeared to have changed. It appears that someone spoke with Mona behind closed doors and advised her to cut back on her chatter. Mona, on the other hand, is an extremely skilled potter since she has been doing her own thing for a very long time. She is unquestionably an AI, despite what some may claim. After Mark Deontel, she can be ranked second or third. She seems really, really good to me. She seems capable of managing a story, in my opinion. She seems in charge of a room. All in all, I think she's an excellent podcaster. In a way, her presence is somewhat abrasive. Naturally, it will be challenging to adjust when you have two A mics on a really popular podcast, especially if you've just started. You're a brand new co-host, you're still getting used to podding for extended periods of time. Additionally, you're growing accustomed to the folks in your immediate vicinity. As a result, you have to deal with a variety of personalities. Therefore, it won't be as simple as simply entering, podding, and having excellent chemistry. It could be, but it takes time to develop and perfect it.
Allow me to resume. I genuinely believe that someone phoned Mona behind closed doors, Ian or Joe. Joe most likely, as he is the one who speaks on the microphone each week. He is the one who essentially sets the podcast's beat. In case you haven't been paying attention, Mona has had a persistent issue for the past few weeks. She is an excellent putter, as I've mentioned numerous times, and she has adjusted quite well in the few weeks since joining the JBP. However, one of her issues is that she talks too much, is very talkative, doesn't really read the room, and doesn't really pick up on Joe's cues when he wants to switch topics or stray from segments. It appears that Mona is finding it really difficult to actually try to address that.
Mona is able to continue. Mona is a talker, for example. She is an artificial intelligence. In general, AIs are merely talkers. Mona goes into great detail. Because Mona was new, Joe didn't really mind at first. She is still relatively new, but the audience was clearly unfamiliar with her. I believe that the viewer wants to get to know Mona. Thus, the longer she speaks, the better. The audience is eager for her to speak.
The audience wants to see how well she gets along with everyone. Given that she recently joined, it would only make sense for her to speak more. However, it seems like Joe is growing increasingly impatient as the weeks have passed. Even in the most recent episode, Joe had to tell her that she simply would not stop speaking. And here's the video if you missed it.
Being silenced up here. You're silencing me.
Okay, that's the end of you. This boy, she can make a point after point after point. God damn. There's 9 of us on this show. Shut the fuck up.
To be honest, I'm not really upset with Mona, because before Mona's arrival, many of the previous co-hosts had similar issues with not really knowing their foot when it came to speaking on a microphone. When some topics come up, they're not even sure if they'll be able to truly voice their opinions, since there are so many other mics and individuals on that podcast who also want to talk about particular topics. I can therefore see why Mona speaks so much, since if I were her, I would do everything in my power to ensure that my voice is heard, particularly now that she's just started, because she wants people to like her, even though I know she won't say it. She wants her audience to like her. I get it completely.
She didn't speak much, though, so it also seems like Ian or Joe had a lot of her behind the scenes. On this JBP episode, she wasn't truly herself, and I have no idea why. However, there may be days when you simply don't want to say like. You're simply going through it. I mean, Mona was accused of scamming a few. Therefore, that can be one of the things she's simply going through and thinking about all the time that's causing her to feel this way. However, I'm not sure. There's a problem with Mona. Perhaps I'm reaching too. However, I'm not sure whether I would approve if they had a conversation with her behind closed doors. Not only that, but I'm not sure if the fans would enjoy that either. Because of how we met Mona, they shouldn't try to suppress her, in my opinion. They shouldn't try to gag her, in my opinion. Since the people adore her, I think she should always be herself on that show. I'm not sure if the viewers will enjoy future episodes that consistently feature Mona sitting down and watching everyone talk while wearing a particular expression. However, please let me know your thoughts on this. Am I really getting there? Do I simply need to relax? Or do you really think that something was said behind the scenes? Because I simply know something happened, even though I can't prove it. I am aware that Mona's current emotions are a result of something that was stated behind the scenes. However, like I mentioned, please share your thoughts in the comments. Until the next time.
Nothing. I think that you're doing a good job. I think that it takes time to gauge. I think the catering to that. If you remove the personal feelings out of it, I think for business it's important to do that. It's important when you have two dynamic people in one room. You have to be able to. It's like a seesaw. I think he's doing the right thing.
Nice piece.
And I take advantage of the moments, nigga. You know me.
Now you was outside.
Yeah, I take advantage. That's my thing.
Hey everyone, before we jump into the next part of the video, I've got a quick favor to ask. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right now. It really helps the channel grow and lets me know that you're enjoying what I do. When you subscribe, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of my new uploads. I post fresh videos every week, full of tips, stories, and fun stuff that I know you'll love. Also, drop a comment below and tell me what kind of content you want to see next. I actually read all of your comments and love hearing your ideas. Who knows, your suggestion might be in the next video. And if you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You're the reason this channel keeps growing, and I appreciate every single one of you. All right, that's it for now. If you haven't yet, go ahead and click subscribe before you forget. And let's keep this journey going together. Now back to the video.